Alright, what's going on, friends? In this video I'm going to be undercoating my Toyota Tundra. I don't know how many of you guys watched some of my other videos, but I have a video when I had my 2007 Tundra where I ripped the entire bed of my truck off and needle gunned my entire frame and everything under there that I could, and then I had to repaint it. Now this is a newer truck, a 2022. There's already a little bit of rust under there. Up here in Pennsylvania, winters are pretty rough on our cars. So I'm going to try to undercoat this. I don't know if I'll do this every year the entire time I own this, but if I could try to do this for at least maybe 6 to 8 years, I think that's going to really help this last, because I didn't do this to my other truck and I had that for 16 years. So now with all the research I did, this surface shield looks like this is one of the best products out there. So I'm going to try this surface shield. There's fluid film out there, seems like a really nice product also, and that's probably half the price of this, but they say this stuff here is supposed to last 2 years, so I'm going to try this. And then I did buy the Wool Wax Professional gun, and it comes with 2 different extensions. This extension here is just like this is the nozzle right here. That's the nozzle that goes in the front of the gun. This is just like an extension, so you could spray maybe right up on top of stuff. Now we have that one, and then also have this one. This one here is going to be to spray inside the cavities. Like if I want to spray inside my frame, there's different holes here around the edge. There's a hole in the front, so it's going to spray 360 and it's going to spray forward. So I'm going to do that first and spray inside my frame. You should be trying to do this when it's warm out, or if you have a garage that's really warm inside. I'm going to stick these over near my wood burner, not too close because my wood burner is really hot. And along with this, you may want at least one adult beverage. Now, this product here is a lanolin-based product. So when I spray this on my frame and inside my frame, or like if you can spray inside your doors, I'm not going to worry about spraying them inside my doors, but I can show you here at the end. The end of your doors, you can buy plugs. Like there's a plug here at the end of this door I can take out, but this does not fit in there. So if you bought some plugs that were as big as this, you could drill a hole at the end of your door and put a plug in it if you want. I'm not going to worry about that. On my last Tundra, my doors looked fine, so let's hope that these new Tundras are going to be okay on their doors. I am going to spray up inside my fenders and in my tailgate. My tailgate did rust out on my last Tundra, but there's already spots there to spray. If you are doing an older car or an older truck, you're going to want to take like a wire brush or a scraper or something, and you're going to want to go around. If you do have any rust on there and it's really big flaky rust, you're going to want to scrape that big flaky rust off. You can spray over top of just surface rust, but you don't want to have big flaking rust, because if you spray this stuff on there and then the rust flakes off, then it's all going to be gone. It'd be nice to have a nice creeper. I'll put all this stuff. I'll put this surface shield. They do sell this in an aerosol can, so you don't have to buy any of the sprayer and stuff if you'd want. But read the comments, because that's why I bought the professional sprayer, because in a lot of their comments, people's aerosol cans were clogging up. So I just decided to get the sprayer, and I figured every year I could buy 1 gallon of this and then go from there. Now also, if you think this is too much work, I hate for you to shut my video off, but you could just research undercoating cars and trucks in my area on the internet and see if there's anybody around you that will undercoat your car or truck, and ask them what they are going to do and what they are spraying up under your car or truck. I don't recommend spraying anything up under there that's going to dry on there. This stuff does not dry on there, because I think anything that's going to dry on there, if it does rain or get wet or start peeling off, it's going to get moisture up in behind whatever you sprayed on there, then it's just going to be worse. I think I'm about ready, so I'm going to try to videotape a little bit under my truck. I probably won't videotape all this, but I will show you some of the stuff I sprayed, and I want to show you also, I did take off my spare tire. Now see all this dirt? I left all this dirt on here because I did clean under my truck, and I let it dry out for a couple days. I put a fan under there to make sure it was completely dried out. You don't want to be trying to spray this product on there when your frame and everything's all wet under there. But this dirt, I'm going to show you up under my truck. You got to watch some of the spots that there's just going to be dirt laying there. So you're going to want to try to get some of that dirt out before you spray this. All right, let's see if I can pour this in these containers. I think this was like an old Powerade that I cut up. Fits right in there. Do this without making a mess. At least the 1 gallon jug is not real heavy. Oh yeah. I'm going to fill all 3 of these up. So hopefully I can almost do my whole truck with all 3. And you want to keep these, try to keep these as warm as you can. It will spray better. You definitely don't want to do this when it's really cold. It's going to be a lot harder to do if you're trying to do this in the cold. This stuff will be a lot thicker. Just a little bit left. All right, you're definitely going to also want maybe a headlamp. Then this is another little light. Maybe a mask and some eye protection. All right, let me get up under this truck and I'll show you a few things. If you are doing your Toyota Tundra and it's a 2022 or newer, the frame is all boxed in. But you can spray in these holes right here. All the way down the frame it has holes. So I'm going to stick that little wand up in there. It's about a 2-foot wand and spray in these holes. Then I'll show you back here. Right here was where my spare tire was at. And right up on top of this, there was a lot of dirt down right in there. So make sure you try to get that somewhat cleaned out a little bit and then let it dry. But other than that, it's just a little bit of surface dust. See, I'm going to put that wand up inside here and spray inside these things. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Maybe put it up inside there and spray in there. Oh, and these new Toyota Tundras, you can get right up inside of the fenders. This is the rear fender. I can go right up in there. Here's another spot I think I'm going to spray. Right where your hitch goes, I'm going to spray up inside there. Because that's definitely the rear of this truck is going to rust out the most. So I'm going to concentrate more behind the cab. Now I'm going to unhook my mic because I don't want to have my mic on up under there when I'm spraying this stuff. So my video is probably not going to sound as good from here on out. So I apologize. All right, just got done spraying the entire underside of my truck. Let me take you under there and show you some of the spots that I did hit. I did even have a pillow. My creeper does have a little spot that comes up a little bit. I only went through like 2.5 bottles of that stuff so far. But I just want to get up under here and look around a little better. Try not to touch much because it's... So I'm right here back near the muffler. Right here is where my spare tire sits, and I did try to spray up on top of that because I think that's probably going to rust someday. So I got up on top of that, and I did go inside all these holes. Right here, this is the back where my hitch is hooked to, and you can go in the ends if you don't have a step. You can go in this end right here, but if you do have a step like I have, you can at least go in that end, but there's little holes where you can stick it up in there and spray. So I sprayed this whole thing. See, that stuff goes on pretty much clear, and you're just gonna have to look where everything's shiny. So I just want to look around here, and some of this stuff's plastic, so that's plastic. Don't worry about that. And oh yeah, try not to spray it too much on your muffler or your brakes. So see here, it looks like I could maybe get up inside there a little bit. I missed that, so I'll have to do that. Yeah, I could probably get up in there. It's pretty dirty in there, but sprayed all that, all nice and shiny. So hopefully I can get under here and look next year. See some of this up in here. I didn't hit that. Maybe I'll hit that a little bit better. I tried to hit my straps. That's one thing that rusted out on my last truck. My gas tank straps. I hit that strap. Yeah, I got the frame real good. Guess I could spray that a little bit more. This is definitely not that easy. I recommend if you can just pay somebody to do it, that's what I would do. I might look around here. I just wanted to see how hard this would be to do myself, and it's definitely a pain in the butt. Oh, see, I could spray up in there. I missed, but I can get that from outside. I concentrated more on the back because I know in my last truck the back was way more rusted than the front, which makes sense. Oh, and I sprayed. Now I have some steps here. I sprayed each one of these, and I just went right down this edge, which it looks like they already have stuff on here, but well, and I have my truck up on some of my ramps. Here, I'll show you my ramps. I built these ramps out of 2x4s. I have a video on how I built them, and I didn't want to do it for these, but I can. My truck's back a little bit too far. The ramp part will come off normally, but so I have them up on ramps. My truck already has like a 3-inch lift on it, and I have it, I think it's up about 7.5 inches. And I did put it up 7.5 inches in the rear too. This is one thing I couldn't find was how do you clean this stuff up? Well, hot soapy water cleans it right up. I did use this bottle, and now it's real nice and clean. I'm going to fill this up, and I'm going to put my gun on here. And then I'm just going to spray that hot soapy water through all these hoses and through this little nozzle. That's how you clean it. And one more thing, the hoses and the nozzle have this little ring right here. Let me show you on the hoses right there. You're only going to thread that in there like 2 or 3 turns, maybe 4 or 5, but you don't thread that all the way in, or it's not going to spray right. Then you just take that one there and tighten it up onto the gun if you decide not to read your directions. Can you see how that sprays maybe? And one more thing, that 1 gallon, 100% definitely covers this 2022 Tundra. I have a bunch left over. Now that may be because like the bed on this truck is not metal, so I didn't spray a lot of the bed. I went around and sprayed everything 2-3 times, and I still have some left over, so that gallon goes a long ways on this half-ton 2022 Tundra. I just wanted to do this video to see how hard this was going to be, and I'll have to say it can be done. That surface shield cost me like about $100, maybe a little less than $100, and the gun itself cost me about $100 at the time of recording this video. And now next year I could get that same surface shield if I want, so if it's right around $100, I could spray the underside of my truck for about $100. Or maybe if I want to try that fluid film, that's I think the fluid film is about $50 to $60 for about a gallon, so it's a little cheaper. Now, if you could pay somebody out there maybe $150, $200 to spray the underside of your truck, I recommend doing that. But I really don't know what it costs out there in the town. Put that down in the comments if you know the price of what something like this costs out there at some of the local garages. But it can be done, not real hard, just more a pain in the butt. But you do need an air compressor also. I can't remember his name. There's a channel on YouTube here. This is where I learned a lot of this stuff, and he has lots and lots of videos on this, but he said you do need at least a 10-gallon air compressor. Well, I hope something that I said in this video helped you out a little bit. I know I didn't really show you a lot of my spraying because I didn't want to ruin my camera having it up under my truck, or my phone having that up under my truck while I was spraying. Thanks for watching. God bless and have a great day.